Today we are here to discuss a new term which is mucormycosis. So you must have heard about it. What is black fungus? Yes, it is exactly the same as mucormycosis. Nowadays everyone has a fear about it and very curious about it. The question arises, exactly what is black fungus? So let's learn it together and know about it. But before starting the video, I please request you to see the entire video till end so that you get the complete knowledge. What is mucormycosis? Mucormycosis, it is also known as zygomycosis. Earlier it is known as zygomycosis. Now the term has changed a little bit. Now it is known as mucormycosis. It is a serious but a rare fungal infection. It means it is not very common, but once it happens, it is life-threatening or fatal. So it is caused by a group of moles called Mucormycetes. These fungi live throughout the environment, particularly in the soil and in decaying organic matter such as leaves, compost piles or rotten woods around you. So now what are the types of mucormycosis? We have 5 types of mucormycosis till. So the first one is rhinocerebral, that is sinus and brain mucormycosis. It is an infection in the sinuses that can spread to the brain. It means it can enter through your nose and can reach up to your brain. So this form of mucormycosis is most common in the people with uncontrolled diabetes and in people who have a kidney transplant especially. The second one is pulmonary or lung mucormycosis. It is the most common type of mucormycosis in people with cancer and in people who have had an organ transplant or a stem cell transplant. Why so? Because such patients are immunocompromised. So there is a risk of such patient to get this infection easily. The third one is the gastrointestinal mucormycosis. It is more common among young children than adults, especially premature and the low birth weight infant less than 1 month of age who have had antibiotics, surgeries or medications that lower the body's ability to fight germs and sickness because these babies are premature and low birth weight, so their organs are not fully developed at the time of birth. So they may develop such infection. The fourth one is cutaneous or skin mucormycosis. As the name suggests, in this the infection is entering to the body through the skin. So it occurs after the fungi enter the body through a break in the skin. For example, after a surgery, a burn or other type of skin trauma. If the person hadn't undergone any surgery, a burn victim or any other accident, so such patients may develop this infection very easily. So this is the most common form of mucormycosis among people who do not have weakened immune system. It means you must have had a very good immune system, but just because you have undergone a surgery or a burn accident, you may develop this cutaneous black fungus. The last one is disseminated mucormycosis. It means the infection is coming to the body via bloodstream. So it occurs when the infection spreads through the bloodstream to affect another part of the body. As we all know that our body is full of vessels, blood carrying. So blood is going everywhere to every organ. So the infection most commonly affects the brain but also can affect other organs such as spleen, heart and skin because the blood is circulating all over the body. Now one by one we'll discuss the sign and symptom of each and every types. The first one is a rhinocerebral sinus and brain mucormycosis. What happens in this? The patient may suffer from one-sided facial swelling, either left or right depending on the area of attack of this infection. The headache, the nasal or the sinus congestion. Yes, the person may feel difficulty in the nasal breathing. He or she has to open wide mouth while breathing. The next is black lesion or on the nasal bridge or upper inside of the mouth that quickly become more severe, and the person may feel a black secretion, black or brown dark color secretion in the nasal discharge also. There may be fever, eye pain, redness, tooth pain, and sometimes loosening of tooth will be there, the blurring and the double vision disturbance, and also we can see ptosis. Ptosis is the drooping of the upper eyelid which restricts the vision. The next is the drainage of the black pus from eyes. It also happens sometimes the black pus can be seen discharging from your eyes. So the next is pulmonary or lung mucormycosis. In this there will be fever, cough because it is associated with your lungs. So chest pain may be there, shortness of breath will be there, and sometimes in severe cases blood and cough also, which is also known as hemoptysis. The next is cutaneous or the skin mucormycosis. So obviously the skin will be affected in this. So there may be blister or ulcer, infected area may turn black, pain will be there, warmth, excessive redness, swelling around a wound. If you have any wound, it won't easily heal, so there will be swelling and redness around it. Next is gastrointestinal mucormycosis. So it is involving our gastrointestinal, like it is involving your stomach, your intestine, your liver. So the all is happening inside the abdominal cavity. So what will be the sign symptom in this? First one is abdominal pain, nausea and vomiting may be there, and gastrointestinal bleeding, which is also known as hematemesis. Now what are the causes of this black fungus? Why we are discussing it? What is the importance? How it is affecting us? What are the causes behind it? So now these are the causes. It is more common among people, which we have already discussed, who have health problems or take medicines that lower the body's ability to fight germs and sickness. Certain group of people are more likely to get mucormycosis. They are diabetes, especially with diabetic ketoacidosis patient, or we can say uncontrolled diabetic patients, cancer patient because they are on certain drugs which make them immunocompromised, the organ transplant patient, the stem cell transplant patients. Neutropenia, that is the low number of white blood cells. The white blood cells are those cells which we can say our immune system, our military, our army of the body. So once they get low in such patients, they may develop this black fungus easily. The long-term corticosteroid use, injection drug use, or the drug abusers, too much iron in the body. Some study says iron overload can be one reason for black fungus. Skin injury due to surgery, burn or wound, prematurity and the low birth weight babies for neonatal gastrointestinal mucormycosis. Now mucormycosis spread, how it spreads. So people get mucormycosis or black fungus through contact with fungal spores in the environment. For example, the lungs or the sinus form of the infection can occur after someone inhales the spore from the air. Suppose if a person is roaming around any humid environment and some spores of black fungus is there, so when he or she inhales it, the spores may easily get into its respiratory tract, and there it can easily cause the infection. And a skin infection can occur after the fungus enters the skin through a scrape, burn or other type of skin injury. Now the next question arises in our mind is mucormycosis contagious or infectious? Can it spread from one person to another? So the answer is a big no. Mucormycosis cannot spread between people or between people and animals. Now the protection from black fungus. How we can protect ourselves, our surroundings from this black fungus? First one is protect yourself from the environment first. Try to avoid the area with a lots of dust like construction site or excavation sites. If you can't avoid these areas, wear an N95 mask or a double or a triple mask to prevent yourself. Sometimes it is very difficult to avoid such areas, like if you are strictly working in excavation sites. So you must take all the precautions. The next is avoid direct contact with the water damaged building and the flood water after hurricanes or natural disaster. If you are protecting yourself with the appropriate things, you definitely can prevent yourself from black fungus. The third is avoid activities that involves close contact to soil or dirt, such as a yard work or a gardening. If this is not possible, then we have to take certain measures properly. Some people are very garden loving, they have to do it, so please do it, but take proper measures, like wear shoes, long pants and a long sleeve shirts while doing such activities. Wear gloves while handling materials such as soil, moss or manure while gardening. To reduce the chances of developing a skin infection, clean the skin injuries. Yes, if you are having a skin injury, first of all cover it properly, like band-aid or a bandage, or even by wearing the full sleeves clothes, so that the soil will not get touched with your skin. And if it happens, you have to wash it well with soap and water then and there only, especially if they have been exposed to soil or dust. One should take a thorough bath, I must say, if you are dealing with such dust and damp surface or a soil or manure or mosses. So one should take a thorough bath after dealing with this. Now a big myth is also associated with it, and what is it? It is, once we got COVID positive, then we must develop mucormycosis. So again, a big no for this. It is not necessary that all will have it. It depends on individual's immunity and the severity of attack. So this is all about mucormycosis. If you like this informative video, please comment, share and subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.